No, just take it.
Just a question I want to ask. How can we learn the Fusha Arabic here?
That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for that. How can we learn Fusha Arabic? Muhammad Mushid, can we learn Arabic Fasiha? Inshallah. He says inshallah. This is Arabic inshallah or Malaysia inshallah? You need sometimes any language, Arabic, English, French, Malaysian, whatever the language that you learn, you need to practice. The problem is in the practice of the language. It is so good to learn the Arabic language, the Fasiha language, the Quranic. That's why I said Quranic language. You need to read the Quran. You need to have some good teachers who teach you Arabic, Fasiha Arabic. But at the same time, it's not always possible that you always speak Arabic Fasiha. Even if you go to the street, speak to someone in Arabic, people do not much understand you there. Sometimes they will not understand you. So sometimes it's good to learn, and books would help you in that, teachers would help you in that, but the practice is the most important, which we lack. We don't have much in our society. But it is so possible, very much possible. You need to go to enroll in courses in Arabic language. These courses are going to help you. But this is the only way, with practice with some people who are good in Arabic. Yeah. Yes, more questions? The boys have asked one question. Now it's the girls' turn. Otherwise you will be beaten. I mean by beaten, defeated, not to be beaten. Because this word in English is very, very bad word. I beat him means I defeated him, and I beat him means beat, but not fight. Yes? More questions? Yes, my sister, please. Wa alaikum assalam.
How we like to keep istiqamah?
How?
How we like to keep istiqamah?
I couldn't hear you.
How we like to keep istiqamah?
When to keep istiqamah? I know. That is a question. Definitely is how. That's why I just looked like that, because it's the most difficult question. The Prophet ﷺ once said that شَيَّبَتْنِي هُودٌ, the chapter of Hud in the Quran. And when the ulama said, the scholars said, why شَيَّبَتْني? شَيَّبَتْني means made my hair gray. So the Prophet said, they said, because it has a verse which says, وَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ, which is keep istiqamah. That's it's very important question and very important thing. I will just give you a very practical answer. I will not make myself philosopher of Islam. Just give you a very quick answer and very practical answer. First of all, keep your relationship with Allah good, as I said before. Secondly, you need to keep your ties of brotherhood. That's why it is so important to be strong with each other. When you are alone, the shaitan can control you. And the Prophet said that in the hadith, الشيطان من الواحد, which means the shaitan is qareeb, he is so near from the person who is alone. But he is from the two far, and from the three far, and from the four far. And the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, إنما يأكل الذئب من الغنم القاسية, that the wolf, when it attacks the sheep, it takes the one which is alone. So do not be alone. Be always with your sisters and with your brothers, of course. Here. Number 3, increasing the knowledge of Islam would help us always to keep the istiqamah. Because knowledge is like, it's like the castle, it's like the protection wall which is going to protect us from the shaitan. As the Prophet ﷺ says in the hadith, that the alim is harder for the shaitan than the abid. The alim, with the knowledge, it is harder for the shaitan to come to you. Number 4, always keep doing the nawafil, because the nawafil is going to protect the fara'id, and the fara'id is going to protect your iman. This is like a circle here. This circle, as you see, this is the heart of the believer. The heart of the believer, inside the heart of the believer, this is iman. Shaitan tries to come and go through to ruin your iman, to damage your iman. So, as the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, this hadith Qudusi, you know the hadith Qudusi, what does it mean? That Allah says, hadith Qudusi, when the Prophet says, Allah said, Man aada li waliyan faqad adantuhu bil harb. Then the Prophet or the hadith says, the wali is the one, لا يزال عبدي يتقرب إلي وما تقرب إلي عبدي بشيء أحب إلي مما افترضته عليه. This is the iman. The fara'id, which is the obligations of a Muslim in his life, like prayers, fasting the month of Ramadan, zakat, and these things, would protect, this is the protection wall, the first protection wall, would protect your iman. The nawafil will protect your fara'id, as you see. This is the second wall. The ilm, the knowledge, is going to protect your nawafil as well. The brotherhood is going to protect your ilm. So what happens when we are in a group of people learning and doing qiyam al-layl and praying together and walking together, this is going to protect our iman and keeps our istiqamah. If we just make some breaks in our nawafil, the shaitan is going to go through the nawafil to the fara'id. And if we break our fara'id, it's going to go to our iman, then there is no istiqamah. This will cause sometimes kufr. This will cause sometimes ridda. May Allah protect us from ridda. So that's how we keep our istiqamah. First, keeping the fara'id. Secondly, keeping the nawafil. Thirdly, knowledge. Fourthly, brotherhood. Staying together. That's what help our istiqamah. And finally, something which is so important in our life, the amr bil ma'ruf and the nahi anil munkar. For enjoining the good, forbidding the munkar, the evil. And as you know, ad-din al-nasiha. When I advise my brothers, they advise me, we keep our istiqamah. And that helps me also to keep my istiqamah. Because when I see my brothers around me on the istiqamah, I will be on the istiqamah. Otherwise, unfortunately, people will lose their istiqamah. Did I answer your question? Yeah. All right. More questions? If you don't have more questions, we will end up here, inshallah. Yes, my daughter.
Can you give us some tips about how we want to maybe we want to maintain the brotherhood between us?
That's a very good question indeed. Thank you so much. Some tips, how can we maintain our brotherhood among us? First of all, my brothers and sisters, the first thing that we need to do in our life, always, not only about the brotherhood, but this is so important here, is the ikhlas of the niyyah. That means whenever we do something, we do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If ikhlas is not there, the barakah is not there. And we cannot maintain our brotherhood. So first of all, we need to do ikhlas, sincerity in our niyyah. Secondly, we need to be gentle with each other. Treat each other gently. Because imagine yourself speaking to me or I'm speaking to you and start shouting to you or speaking to you from up. That would let you hate my position and you will not deal with me anymore. That's going to break our brotherhood. So being gentle with each other, that's so important in the maw'idha. ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. Wisdom and gentle maw'idha. Thirdly, we remember in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which we mentioned, that if we love for each other, love for my brother, love for my sister, what I love for myself, that's going to help maintaining our brotherhood. Number four is so important for us. Sometimes we feel shy to express our feelings to each other. I might sometimes find it difficult to tell my brother that I love him for the sake of Allah. The Prophet said, no. If you love your sister in Islam, if you love your brother in Islam, tell him that you love him. And he is advised to say to you, I love you as well for the sake of Allah. So that's a very small thing, but it is so important. A tip number 5 that the Prophet gave us as well. The Prophet said, how can I keep my love for my brothers? He said, أفشوا السلام بينكم. Keep saying Assalamu alaikum to each other. When you see him, say Assalamu alaikum, my brother, with a smile. That's good. When you see her, say to her Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah with a smile. Even not only that, can I just ask you to come here, my brother? One of you. Anyone. Oh, any one of you, subhanAllah. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hit any one of you. Just I see my brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You see this shaking hands with my brother, the sisters with each other. And the Prophet ﷺ used not to take his hand until he takes it. This gives you a warm feeling with your brother. When I meet with him, I don't mind to give him a hug as a brother. This is going to keep love, and this is going to help the brotherhood, the ties of brotherhood. Thank you so much. Number 6, which is so important. Be honest advising him or her. Do not be hypocrite with him. Do not tell him what he did wrong. Do not tell him that it's right. Always. If he or she did something wrong, advise that it's wrong. Be honest with that. Even if you think that he will or she will get angry. If I see, for example, any one of you doing something wrong, it's not good to start laughing, that's good, that's good. It's not good. I have to be honest. I have to tell him that's wrong. Otherwise, I'm not a true friend. I'm not a true brother. My brotherhood means al-amru bil-ma'ruf wal-nahy 'anil munkar, with a gentle way, in a very gentle way. Like I do it as I like people to do it with me. That makes this, and this is for our organizers for this meeting. We tell them what helps to keep the ties of brotherhood also, to go from time to time to make like collective programs like this one, or to go in a trip outside the journey, like to Ajloon, to Jarash. This will help knowing each other and having this good ties together. And also to have like from time to time, I would advise you, we've done this with students from Bulgaria, from Macedonia. This was very helpful. If we do like Qiyamul Layl together every month, if even do it once a month, every month. If we do like circles of the Quran together, that helps us always to stay together and strengthen our relationship as brothers and sisters, right? These are quick hints or tips just to help us to go ahead in our brotherhood. All right? Yes, my sister. Good.
I wonder, since you have been traveling a lot, have you find any effective ways or solution to help our brothers and sisters in the countries like Palestine, Egypt, and Syria?
This is politics. We don't speak about politics. We don't speak about politics, my sister. You know, are you the one who's responsible for this? I want to protect you. Let me just tell you something which is so important. Many people do not know this. We can help our brothers in Palestine by money. We can help them with jihad. We can help them with dua. But the most important thing that we can help them with, when we stand up and when we change our situations. Believe me. When we change our situation from being a very weak nation to a strong nation. I don't need, people in Syria do not need mujahideen to go to fight there. They do not need money. They need that we change our positions. We change our situation. You know what is going on when you come, for example, to a country where people do not understand Islam. How would that help Palestine? That will not help. So that's why I emphasize to you that we need to success, we need to have this such strong technology, strong mentality, strong iman. This will help our brothers much more than sending the money. Yes, of course, we need this, but we need this more. We need to change our mentalities. We need to change our societies. That's why we, in some lectures, the last lecture with the Malaysians, we said, change is due. We have to change. It's time for change now. Changing, if we make Malaysia stronger and we make it more advanced, this will help my brothers in Palestine much more than sending the money. If we have a strong, like now we have strong Turkey. Turkey, it's a very strong country. Now this would help Palestinians much more than sending the money from Turkey to them. Because that's why we need to change. I believe this is what we need for Palestinians. Yeah. One more question. We have time. Yes, my daughter. No. Any question? Done? Class? Together? Subhanak Allahumma. Oh, before we Subhanak Allahumma, we say this. Just we make quick dua. اللهم نور قلوبنا بالقرآن وحرر عقولنا بالقرآن يسر أمورنا بالقرآن فرج همنا نفس كربنا يا ربي أكرمنا بصحبة النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اسقنا من حوضه شربة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا يا ربي أكرمنا بصحبته يوم القيامة احشرنا تحت راية القرآن يسر لنا فهما في القرآن اجعلنا ممن يتدبرون القرآن ممن يطبقون القرآن سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.